Yes.
Question. I'd like to hear your experience with your events that you did, how your customers reacted, potential customers and so forth, tips and anything else you think might be useful.
Well, very good. Well, actually, I will tell you that ironically, the fact that we did go into DirecTV brought up some questions with what we felt might have been a better approach for that marketplace. Now, we know that the market that we were in, AT&T Wireless does not work in that town, if you will. Now, there's other people that came to that town for the Founders Day event that we did, which, looking back on it, we probably would have been better off coming in as DirecTV / JR Communications. Then we could have had a JR Communications booth. Or maybe even in that market, because it's a rural area, some of the addresses have hardline. It might have been better to have JR Communications or even Viasat at that event. Because again, this was our first event that we did, and we thought, hey, we're gonna market DirecTV. We got a lot of people that walked by and said exactly what Jeremy said. Oh yeah, we got you guys, you're great. And I'm trying out there with the football, throwing the football back and forth, and doing some things, trying to get interaction with people. Even if they had DirecTV, I wanted to hear their experience with DirecTV. Everybody had great things to say about DirecTV, which then brought people to our booth as well. Some markets, you're going to get people that want to give you their info really quickly. That market is kind of an old school market. What I mean by that is a lot of people are a little bit gun shy of just somebody at a booth giving you all their information. We had a lot of great dialogue and a lot of interaction with customers. We passed out our business cards, so our business cards say JR Communication. If we did have the dialogue with somebody, we were having dialogue about the fact that we did market other things. We're here today representing one of our providers, which is DirecTV, but we also market satellite internet, and I was able to give them a card, have some dialogue, and even talk to some people about the fact of some of the other services that we market. So, so again, our first event, I would say it went well, very good. We haven't. Yes.
Yeah, and part of it is we're able to get information. I know you're still in school. You get anyone's information, and we're able to all.
We haven't been able to get anybody's personal information at that event. We handed out a lot of our cards. Now, I will tell you that, but we got a lot of warm. We got a lot of people that were very interested and very asking, buying questions. Nobody was ready to make that decision right there on the spot. We would have been able to take an order and do whatever we needed to do. But at those events, it's hard, and again, it was last minute, and the event cost us $45 to be there, okay? So it wasn't a huge investment besides our time and putting everything together, and we are very confident that something is going to come out of that event, Being able to say that we were from the area, because I mean, that's where my wife grew up, in that town, basically, in that vicinity. So being able to do that basically took some of the coldness away from the conversations we had. So yeah, for our first event, I think it went very, very well. You want anything to add with that? Does that answer you guys' questions on that, on the event and how our event went? It looked good. It was really good dialogue. Again, we anticipate some business because of the event. Looking back now, I would say probably a Viasat booth would have been maybe better at that venue. But again, it's trial and error. This is a new venture for us. This is the first time we've ever been able to do a booth. Was that booth. But it felt good being there representing DirecTV, because we got a lot of great response from people. If I could get somebody to stop, because a lot of people would walk by and go, oh, we already got you, we love you guys. And if I got them to pull in, then sometimes that would bring another person to come over and then hear their experience with, oh, great, so, who's your team? Or just start up some dialogue. Like you said, you gotta be enthusiastic. You can't just sit there, the people aren't just gonna come to the booth and do that, so.
So, okay, I'm just trying to understand this, because I have looked into a couple of events in my town, and they actually asked, they ask what kind of company, what are you representing, what are you, they have all those questions. But So let's say a customer walked up to your booth and, oh, you know what, I wanted to get DirecTV. Can you walk me through, so are you on your phone signing that?
Okay, so you can actually fill out a form if
Okay,
you wanted to. We could physically sign them up right there because we had authorization from JR Communications for that event
okay,
to be on the same place where you're sending your orders.com. We would have been able to do that right on the site. But again, it's a kind of a long process.
right,
So to have somebody at that type of event, because remember, we were at a Founder's Day celebration. So there was people there representing other service providers, but there was nobody else there representing DirecTV. There was somebody representing Dish on the whole other side of the event. And I'll be honest, we did some little scouting, and there was nobody at their booth signing up for service that we saw during the whole day either. But again, when we're sitting there and we're getting the conversation from somebody, then we're able to talk about other things. If somebody did want to sign up, we could have absolutely filled out a form or logged on to the website and actually placed the order right there and have that taken care of.
There's one other thing, guys, that I think we need to talk about, because this is important. With AT&T, we've been a little handicapped so far as what we're trying to actually do. When we place orders for wireless, we're having to call the orders into the call center. This process is going to go on for approximately another 5 weeks. However, by mid-November, we should have access to this tablet system. Now, I'll just explain to everyone so you know how the tablet system works. First of all, not everyone needs a tablet, okay? But there can be value to having a tablet. You must be a regional manager or higher to get one, okay? The tablets have to be purchased from AT&T. There is no services included with them for free, so you get free monthly service on the tablet. Tablets are pretty expensive. They cost like $700. However, there's a couple things. You can technically share a tablet with 2-3 people living around you. It's fine because it's all getting inter-orders. But there's 2 things that can happen when you place an order. Once we have the tablet system, instead of having to call in to do a wireless or DirecTV, we're not going to have to fill out forms anymore. To do internet, we don't have to fill out a form. We can do everything on the tablet. So when you go to if you have a tablet and you're with a customer, you can take that information and sign them up right on the spot. Cool. Okay, that's number 1. Whoever gets the tablet must have gone through cold market certification like we're doing now, and be totally up to date on additional trainings that we'll do to supplement that, to be allowed to do that and have access to it, okay? But with the tablet, they can go and they can sign people up. You can do a lot of different things. You can go into people's accounts and you can help them order something else, an existing customer. It's going to save you a lot of time. Now, you don't need to have a tablet because, let's say that your sponsor has a tablet and you're getting an order here and there, you can call your sponsor with your customer on the phone, and whoever has the tablet also turns into the back office, just by default of them having a tablet. So let's say, for example, I don't have a tablet, but Mike does. Mike and I have an arrangement. I'm only getting a customer here and there. I call him up. He takes my customer's order over the phone. It's totally legal. Talks to the customer, gathers information, puts it on the tablet, done. So between our leaders having tablets, a lot of our regional managers having tablets, the people that are not killing it, getting customers all the time, are going to want their own tablet. For our affiliate partners that are more casual, I get a customer here, I get one there, they don't necessarily need to go spending money on a tablet. They can just call in the orders and make money. Does that make sense? The back office phone number, calling those guys, technically you could still do it, but I don't think you'd ever want to ever again. You're probably going to want to call someone that you know that has a tablet, because the time period is going to be a heck of a lot shorter than the calls that we're making right now. Does that make sense to you guys? The tablet system's super cool. They said the earliest would be that we would have access to them would be, end of October. Latest would be mid-November. As soon as that's available, I'm going to make it notice to you guys, okay, here's how much the tablets cost. You want to buy them, this is what you got to do. You buy them, we'll ship them to you. You'll have it, you'll activate it, and then you can. It's also going to make it easier to do cold marketing. Because one of the disadvantages right now of selling AT&T, if you're trying to sell wireless and you're at the booth, you're gonna have to call that's gonna be more challenging. So I would say for the next month, experiment. I wouldn't go and do a AT&T wireless booth in the next month with the setup and everything. You're not gonna be able to put the order in quickly. I would do some other stuff. So maybe you get that, have it ready. Maybe do JR Communications booth. Now, if someone's interested in wireless, hey, is there an advantage to going through us for wireless that you can't get in the store? Yeah, what's the advantage right now? $250 a line. So a guy walks into the retail store right now, at the AT&T retail store across the street, says, give me 4 phones, how much do they get? Nothing. They go through you, how much do they get? $1,000. Is that an advantage in maybe making the customer willing to deal with the hassle of making a phone call? Sure. So utilize that to your advantage, okay? I think it would make a lot of sense. Okay, go ahead, who else has a question? Back to the back.
Yeah, with the tablets, what if you already have a tablet and you just activate it?
The reason that you have to get it from AT&T is they actually take the tablet and preload all the software on there and send you the tablet with software. So that's why there's no monthly fee to it. So somebody has to buy the tablet with the preloaded software. They're really, what I can tell you one thing about AT&T is that I've never seen a company this much into security. Okay, for me to get login access, and for some of you guys that have tried to do a few things I've suggested, it is time consuming, but they really take their security seriously. So that's why we have to do that. Yeah, yes ma'am.
When you're dealing with a customer who's still paying off their phone with another wireless company, are you making a call with them to their parent company, see how much it costs them to get out of that contract, or like, or are you just saying, talk to me when you pay off your phone?
No, okay, that's a great question. You do not have to pay off your phone to sign up with AT&T Wireless. You can owe $1,000 a phone and sign up with AT&T Wireless. There is no rule to pay off your phone. So as long as you have the account number and the PIN, and you sign up that customer, it will port through immediately. However, their old company is going to say, okay, that's cool, and send them a final bill. So obviously, you probably wouldn't. The customer's probably not going to do it if they owe $1,000 a line. Well, let's say they owe $250 a line, and they have 3 lines. Well, then they're going to get a final bill, but in the meantime, probably in 4 to 5 weeks, they get $750 in gift cards to pay for that. So their old company will always send them a final bill, which typically can be due and payable within a month after they get the final bill. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Question about advertising on the vehicle.
Sure. You can put one logo. And it has to be approved by our company, and we are not going to approve every one. If you have, I'll just be straight up. If you've got a car that is not nice to look at, has all kinds of dings and scratches, we're not going to approve your advertising on the car. We're going to say nope. So we're going to want pictures like you're selling your car on cars.com. Okay, tell us what you got. If there could be ways if you drive a car that's, we're not talking, it doesn't have to be a Ferrari, it just has to look nice, where it's like, okay, it's reasonable to believe this person would be a dealer. But if you've got a junky car from the 70s, you got stuff, tire falling off, and no. The reality is, yes, you could put an ad on your car if you wanted to try. You could put authorized AT&T dealer on your car with a phone number, that's fine. You can do that, but again, we want to approve those ads so that we don't end up, dude, who are your agents that you have? This dude was in a Pinto from 1972 next to a Gremlin from 1973, and they got blowing big black smoke out the back. And who is this guy? Is he with your company? And that's not going to be good. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's not. Would we agree that that's not a good place to put an ad? That's not. It's just going to be the butt of a lot of jokes. Okay, yes, sir.
Be able to have like magnetic ones, you peel one off, buy us that one, and you go down the magnet for
Sure.
AT&T.
Sure. You can drive around on Monday you're AT&T, on Tuesday you're Liberty, on Wednesday you're Viasat. Sure, man. Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, go ahead.
So we can offer $250 for AT&T, but AT&T is not offering that.
That's correct.
So can I put that on my social media?
You better put it on your social media. Let me tell you about the ad that I wrote. This is the ad that I wrote. Some of you guys, actually I texted it out to a lot of people. Did some of you guys get it? Maybe some of you guys actually got that ad? Okay, so this is what my ad actually said, okay? The ad said, If anybody is interested in ordering the new iPhones, I can help you get them and earn 200, this is while we still had the BOGO promotion of that. If anybody's interested in ordering the new iPhones, I can help you get them and earn a $250 per line of Visa gift cards as a rebate for signing up with AT&T as a new customer. Switch 4 lines, get $1,000. Also, buy one iPhone, get the second one, $700 off. This offer is not available in the store or online, just through me. Oh, and the same deal applies if you want Samsung Galaxies as well. Private message me for details. Absolutely, you can do that. You don't even need to send that in.
Jeremy,
That's just you sharing something with your friends.
I think it's worth mentioning that Buyback LA and San Francisco, that's a pretty good deal.
There are some promotions in San Francisco and Los Angeles that are not available in the rest of the country. If you're in the Los Angeles zip code, on top of all the other promotions, in LA, AT&T will pay up to $650 per line to buy you out of your other contract with the other company. Pretty crazy. So if you know someone in LA, you got $650 to play with on top of everything else to buy them out. So that's kind of cool. And it's not just in LA, it's LA, New York, Chicago, big cities. There's also a deal in the San Francisco Bay Area where anyone that signs up on unlimited and more premium wireless, they get free internet at their house for life. If they already have it, or if they order new internet, they're just going to get it for free every month. So that's a super good deal as well. I think that's available in the Bay Area and Chicago. Okay, but typically, the only deals we know about for you guys would be Bay Area, or has the internet one. The switcher program is available in the Los Angeles zip codes. And I'm going to show you in a little bit how to access all this. Okay, what we're going to do in a second is I'm going to go into detail about how to access everything for AT&T down to the littlest detail. I'm going to give you access to something pretty amazing. Who else has a question? Yes, sir.
So you talked about having your upline with a tablet or something. One of the questions I had is right now.
Wouldn't be an upline technically. We don't have uplines or downlines in this company.
Your Mac Daddy boss person.
There you go, Mac Daddy boss person. That's what we have.
So someone has a tablet, and the way it's been going, you've been filling out paper form, emailing it in.
Yep.
Someone on your team, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So whatever tool your team uses to enter into AT&T or directory web portal, are we ever gonna have access?
No, you won't. You'll have access to the tablets, which is a better version. The system that we're using is super archaic, and they're expiring it at the end of October anyway. They don't want anyone to learn how to use it, and it sucks. Okay, there's nothing good about it. We have all kinds of errors that happen when we go to put in an order. You have to click this box and click that box, and it's a mess. And that's why the tablet system is replacing it anyway. For the purpose of Mike and Misty, we were doing a demo to kind of see what would happen. We did a booth, and so I gave them access to it, but even when we were showing it to them, it was like, this thing's horrible, guys, so we don't want anyone to ever use that system.
So for foreseeable future, there's not gonna be a way that if we had a booth and didn't want to set a tablet, they could fill out a piece of paper.
That's what they're doing, yeah, they fill out a piece of paper, and then you take a picture and email it in, and that's fine, you can just do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and how long does it take them to email in? I mean, I know I sent them. They have the contract on the phone.
They're usually processed within 120 minutes. I'd say that's been the longest, typically within 60 minutes.
Now, is that something we would expect if we did a trade show over a weekend?
Yes,
We had 10 or 15.
they're gonna be all the orders are gonna be processed quick. So we have the people to do that. So we get orders, boom, they're gonna be processed quickly. Our goal is to get to the point where if you had to send it in by paper, it's processed within 30 minutes. Okay, that's pretty normal. Yes, sir.
So, somebody has AT&T phone and they have, Dish, and it's combined together.
Okay.
And their Dish is open, they wanna replace Dish with Direct, but they're worried that, hey, if I get rid of the Dish, how's that gonna affect my package that I currently have?
Well, it's gonna affect their package and their phone bill. If they have a home phone, it might go up. Talking about a home phone, right? Right, so the home phone bill might go up a little bit, but their TV bill go way down. Now, just so you guys know, if somebody does have a home phone, we can actually sign them up on home phone if they're bundling. If we're putting in a DirecTV or an internet order, we can put a home phone order in for them, okay? Even if we couldn't, and you should try to let us do it, give us that information. Even if we can't do it, we can still set them up with what they need and then convert the rest of their stuff on the back end later. So we can still do a home phone, we just don't make any money to do it. Yes, sir.
What do they charge for a home phone access?
It's like $19.95 a month for unlimited calling for the first year. I don't know what the price is second year. I think $29.99.
You can port that over to a new line.
Yes.
Buying it
That's true, you can, that's a great point. Unless someone really has a need for a landline, we're trying to get them to port their landlines into cell phones. Because then they can move their number around. The purpose of a landline really has disappeared in most markets. In the rural areas, then a lot of people are worried like, well, what if the internet goes down? Where you're more likely to have your power go down. Most people have a home phone, they run all their phones on cordless phones, which require power to work. So the internet doesn't go down nearly as much as power does if you're in a rural area typically. Okay, yes, sir.
With the tablet that, the AT&T info is downloaded on,
Yeah.
let's say you're not signing somebody up, can you use it for personal stuff, or is it just for business?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What I do know that if somebody were to get a tablet, and then at one point they're no longer with our company, that tablet becomes null and void. Okay, now technically they could take the tablet and sell it to somebody else in our company. To do that, and we would help them negotiate that. It'd be fine, or they could just find somebody and say, you want this tablet over, let us know. That's fine too, but the tablet's it's not like a personal tablet. I'm pretty sure you can still access the internet and go on. I'm pretty sure you can do everything. But I know the service gets turned off because the service is free. So if you were to leave the company, then we deactivate your AT&T number and then that's it. Yes, sir.
We're gonna start offering discounts to get accessories when we sell someone cell phone?
Yes, great question. The answer is absolutely. With the tablets, we'll be able to sell accessories as part of the orders. Okay, and so that'll be super cool. There'll also be some compensation for selling accessories. Not a lot, because there's not a lot on that end. Our goal at some point is we want to supplement what we're doing with our own accessory company. You guys can sell and make bigger commissions selling. That's our goal, down the road. So that if people are going to buy a car, because we do it anyway. We go get someone's cell phone, we're telling them to go here to buy a car charger, here to get a case. It's much better if you guys were able to make, they go buy a case for $30, what if you could make $10? Would that be better for you? So with the AT&T thing, there's not really any commission or anyway. We'd more do like, hey, maybe we could do something where, hey, if you sell so many accessories, then you win a contest or something like that. There's very little money in it from that side, but we could probably create our own accessory company and have that supplement all the wireless sales that we do. And then you could sell that and make some good commissions off it. I think that'd be a lot more doable. Yes, sir. What's that? Extended warranty. Okay, great question. So with the tablets, we'll be able to set people up on warranties on their phones. Right now, when we call the back office, they don't set up any warranty. So if you get iPhone, they have a thing called Apple Care that'll follow you anyway. If you get Samsungs, you probably want to go get an extended warranty from Square Trade, or you can call AT&T after you get your phones. Like the second you activate them, you could call and add the insurance to your phone. I would highly recommend that. Actually, I really highly recommend that. I'm looking at Mr. Tinahero. He would highly recommend that. That you add the insurance as soon as possible. Okay? Especially if you're getting like a $1,000 phone. Okay, it used to be that we were getting $200 phones. If you buy a Moto G6 Play for $180, you don't need an extended warranty on that, I don't think. If you get a $1,000 iPhone, makes sense maybe to have some type of warranty if you get stolen. Any other questions? Yes?
What about Spanish material?
We can have access to all that. So if you need that, send an email, hey man, I need some Spanish material, and we can point you in the right direction. I know DirecTV has everything in Spanish. AT&T has everything in Spanish. I know that AT&T's, certainly have a Latino website that people can go on and read in some type of version of Spanish, so yes.
What about the web app? You have that in Spanish?
We don't have that in Spanish right now. If it gets to the point where you're like, hey, I need these, I've got a really great community of people, then let me know and we'll do it. Question? Okay. Any more questions for Bill, Matt, Mike, or Misty, who've done a great customer training today? More questions? Yes, ma'am. Get 1099. That's correct. Any other questions? So, questions? All right. Give our presenters a round of applause. Okay. So what we're going to do now to kind of close out, I'm going to get you guys into the encyclopedia of AT&T, which will save you a lot of time. Maybe you've always wondered, like, man, it would be nice to know the fine print behind the gift card. It would be nice to know the fine print behind the buy one, get one free. It'd be nice to know what's this thing they're talking about, San Francisco or LA or the Switcher program. How do I learn about all this? I'm going to get you into it right now. through your cell phone. That'll be interesting, all right? So if, okay. So you're gonna have to type this in. I'm gonna leave it up here for a minute too. Put this in your phone. Make sure it's right.
And those are.
Before you go there, https://www.e-access.att.coms dash, or not dash, slash, IAMportal-prod. That, I know it's weird, but this is the link, and I'll send it out via email. I just wanted to give it to you guys first so that you'll be able to click on it, but I think it'd be better if you do this now, and then you log in, and we're gonna walk you through kind of what to do. If you need more time, type it in, let me know. Okay. What? Well, maybe, but not for this purpose, because we're trying to type it in manually. The email I sent out will just be a link you can click on, follow. But right now, I want you guys to be able to just go on here real quick, and I'm gonna have you log in on your laptop, tablet, or cell phone right now. So just put that in, and then it should open up a page. Anybody need more time? Type it in. Okay. Anybody need it enlarged on the screen? It's even better. Probably typed it in wrong. Probably easiest to write it down or take a picture on one phone and then try to, but that's another story. Sorry, this is all the best we can do. Raise your hand if you actually were able to get the link in successfully. Okay, so cool. So look around. If you're not there, then somebody else did it. You can do it too. Well, it'll be in your search history. You can also copy the address bar and send a text to yourself, and you'll have it. There we go. All ideas today. All right. Everybody got it? Anybody need more time? No. Okay. Next page. You should see this. Everybody see this? All right? Help your neighbor. If you're on one screen, look at your neighbors. If your neighbors is off, make sure they're on the right page. You guys see something like this? Access portal. Raise your hand if this is the screen you're looking at. Okay? Or who's looking at a different screen? Okay, that's fine. Okay, you might be seeing a screen that says AT&T Global Login. That's fine too, okay? If you get that screen, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on Register New Password. Click on Register New Password, and you should get this screen. Did you get it, Felita? Click Register New Password. You have a screen that looks like this now? None of this? Okay.
It is a state dashboard security profile. It's just laid out differently.
Okay. Everybody sees this? Okay. You want to click on this green button that says Register Password. Or blue, whatever color. It says Register Password. Click on that. Next slide. Okay. Now what's going to happen, Let me see your guys' where you guys are at.
Verify identity.
Yeah, it's gonna bring up a terms and conditions page, you gotta hit OK. Then tell me what you guys got.
Verify identity.
Verify identity, okay. On the verify identity page, Mike, you did this before, right? And all you have to do is put in your UID in there, that was it, your last name, right? Okay, you don't need to fill, who sees a form that's asking for all kinds of information? Like your birthday, you don't need to put any of that in. All you need to do for right now is put in your UID and your last name, and that's it. And then hit submit.
What if you don't have that?
Let me see where we're at. Okay, we're there.
It's case sensitive also.
Oh yeah, you need your UID. If you don't have your UID, it was in the email we sent you before. Most of the time, it's your initials of your name, and then a number, and then a letter, or just 4 numbers. So all you need to put in is your AT&T UID and your last name, and hit submit. Okay, who's getting blocked? They're putting in their UID and their name and it's not going anywhere? Try filling out the rest of the information. Put in your birthday, put in all the other info. That might be what you need to do.
No employee ID, good. City of birth. We just need one more, please.
Okay, leave the PIN and your secret enter code word and see if that'll allow it to go through.
I don't think you don't have that. At least save that. There you go.
Yes.
Two, so. But it's gonna ask you for your.
Leave employee ID blank.
I don't have one yet.
So try this. Go down here. Just hit submit. See what happens. Oh, okay. Okay. So put in your birthday. Yeah, here's the reason that I've not tried training this over the phone. This is what happens every time we do this. So don't be frustrated. Getting my wife log in a few days ago, I had to go through the same frustration. We just have to kind of play with it a little bit. Yes, sir.
I had the date of birth and city I was born, and I got it.
Oh, okay. So Drusus added the date of birth and the city that he was born in, and got identity verification successful. First person to get to this page. Congratulations. Teach a table. Okay. So on that little page where he filled out, he added his date of birth and the city he was born in. That was it though, right, Drusus? You didn't put any of the other info in, right? Just your UID, your last name, the date of birth, and the city you were born in.
Yeah, that's all I put in.
That's all he put in, and he got to this next page. Has anybody else got to this next page? You got there? Exactly, that's so weird, because the other people are doing it and not getting there. Okay, just got to this page, right?
What kind of phone did he have? What's it assist?
I don't know, what kind of phone,
It's a.
hey, do you have an Android or iPhone?
I have an Android.
Android.
And it works.
Okay? Hey, Matt, back up screen. Go back to that. One more.
Let's go back to the access number. That's your UID. There's a picture of it.
No, I got a picture, I just.
So I got all that, right?
Is it case sensitive under ID?
I'm getting a lot of video on
No.
this chip. Dash, prod. Slash. IAMP.
So it's month and day, right?
MGMT. Uh-huh. And there's nothing after that.
I don't remember something I've seen, just like a 50% paragraph.
Okay, did anybody go to that next page, Matt? Matt? Go to that next page, okay. There's the register password and then keep going. Once you get to the identity verification successful page, you need to create your new password, new value, and re-enter new value. Scroll down a little bit.
I'll have to do that when I get home.
Matt. Or go to the next one. Yeah, there you go. And then you've got to get your secret answer to your security question, your personal email, your city of birth, your AT&T PIN. You want to choose it at 6 digits. Kind of fill out the form. You don't have an AT&T PIN.
IAM. When you get something written down, have him give it to you. There's something wrong. You can't punch the same thing in there many times, have not snag unless something's wrong. Have him give it to you.
He's on the other screen, I don't know, go back, he's on another menu.